Opening. In the realm of modern fantasy novels, there emerges a particularly complex character archetype, the redeemed villain whose dark return serves as a narrative fulcrum. This character, having journeyed from the nadir of moral depravity to a zenith of apparent redemption, embodies a red flag of significant concern, the relapse into villainous behaviors as a means to reinvigorate the storyline. This trope, while dramatic, glosses over the intricacies of psychological rehabilitation and suggests a fragile, almost reversible nature of personal growth, ignoring the profound, often painstaking journey toward genuine change. Explanation. Psychological analysis reveals that the relapse of a redeemed villain often underscores a failure to address the root causes of their initial malevolence. In reality, behavioral change is a complex process fraught with potential setbacks. According to the trans-theoretical model of change, relapse is not merely a stumble, but a stage in the cyclical process of making enduring changes in behavior. This model suggests that lapses are an integral part of learning, highlighting the importance of resilience and the development of coping strategies. However, when fantasy narratives shortcut this process, depicting relapse as an inevitable slip back into villainy without exploring the psychological underpinnings, they present a skewed view of redemption as superficial and transient. Examples 1. Severus Snape from J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series serves as an iconic example. Initially portrayed as a villain, Snape's character is later revealed to have been acting on behalf of the greater good all along. However, his constant oscillation between acts of cruelty and moments of empathy complicates his redemption arc. Snape's story, while richly layered, occasionally falls into the trap of justifying abusive behavior as a necessary evil, without fully addressing his capacity for change or delving into the psychological trauma that informs his actions. Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader from the Star Wars franchise, though not a literary character, exemplifies this trope across media. Anakin's fall, redemption, and ultimate sacrifice in the name of love present a complex narrative of psychological turmoil and redemption. However, his rapid descent back into villainy, particularly in the prequel trilogy, illustrates the trope's problematic nature. The narrative suggests his actions are driven by love and fear of loss, but fails to critically engage with his underlying psychological issues, presenting his redemption and subsequent relapse as foregone conclusions rather than opportunities for genuine character development. Number 3. The Darkling from Lee Bardugo's Grishaverse offers a more nuanced view of the redeemed villain relapse. His charismatic allure and tragic backstory elicit sympathy, yet his manipulative and power-hungry tendencies remain unaddressed at the core. His fleeting moments of vulnerability and hints at redemption are ultimately overshadowed by his relentless pursuit of power, illustrating the danger of romanticizing a villain's redemption without fully confronting their capacity for change. Why it matters. The relapse of redeemed villains into their former malevolence carries significant real-world implications, particularly in how we perceive personal growth and accountability. This narrative trope can perpetuate harmful myths about psychological change, that it is linear, easily achieved, or conversely, that relapse is an inescapable destiny. Such portrayals can influence audience expectations in their personal lives, potentially fostering unhealthy relationship dynamics where individuals feel compelled to save or fix their partners, mirroring the problematic narratives of magical redemption without the necessity of professional intervention or a realistic portrayal of the complexities involved in overcoming deep-seated psychological issues. Conclusion. The redemption arc of the villain turned hero, followed by a relapse into darkness, serves as a captivating narrative device in fantasy literature. Yet, it's essential to recognize the red flags this trope raises about the nature of personal change and redemption. By simplifying the complex journey of psychological growth to a binary of good versus evil, these stories overlook the nuanced, often nonlinear path of real human development. They fail to account for the vital, ongoing work of self-improvement and the external support systems necessary for sustainable change. In doing so, they not only diminish the authenticity of the redemption arc, but also risk romanticizing toxic behaviors under the guise of inevitable backsliding. As readers and consumers of media, It's crucial to engage critically with these narratives, questioning, can true redemption ever be portrayed without falling into the trap of romanticizing relapse? This question invites a deeper exploration of the ethics of storytelling and the responsibility of creators to present more nuanced, psychologically informed narratives of redemption and relapse. Character psychology is fascinating, and sometimes our favorite characters exhibit behaviors we'd never tolerate in real life. What do you think about this analysis? Are there other characters with red flags I should cover? Let me know in the comments. Your suggestions help shape future videos.